Okay. Okay, so for those public that are here, just so everyone knows, Sam is our clerk and Roderick Smith is our recreation supervisor, and he'll be taking the minutes the best we can. This is a new meeting for us. We're in substitution mode. Everybody's moving around in our office, so we're trying to replace people when they leave, and we also try to take them back when we can. So for those of you who don't know, Melissa Miller is back as our clerk, second clerk. She left for a short period of time, but is back, and we're very thankful for that. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:03, and we'll do the roll call first. Roderick?
Pledge of allegiance.
No, Pledge of Allegiance, okay. If everyone could stand, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this is one of those meetings unusual. After November, there's an election, then the Ds and the Rs appoint people. So we have new people around the table, and we don't have a chairperson, a secretary, or vice chair. So I'm going to run the meeting kind of in the beginning, the first 3 or 4 things, and then we'll turn it over to whoever becomes our chairperson. So everyone knows. Okay, so Ryder, give the roll call.
Sure,
please.
so we'll go with Carol Anist.
Absent.
All right. Mia Calapi.
Here.
Beth Delbuno.
Absent.
Trish Feeney.
Here.
Eileen Francolino.
Here.
Tim Hutt Wagner.
Here.
Austin Nolan.
I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm really
It's here.
I'm on the Zoom. Sorry, guys. I had to jump in the car, but I'm here.
Great. Perfect.
Phil Knowlton.
Here.
All right. Tim Mankey.
Here.
John Patz.
Absent.
All right. And then Diana Sarah.
Here.
All right. So we have enough for a quorum.
Perfect. Thank you. And what's next on the agenda?
Next, we have the election of officers.
Okay, so at this time, I will ask for nominations 3 times for a chairperson of this board. Don Woods was the chairperson, and he's stepped off after only 38 years of volunteering. So with that, I'll take any nominations to be chair of the board. Are there any nominations?
Yes, I nominate Eileen Francolino.
Okay.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any other nominations? That's second. And third time, is there any other nominations for chair? If not, we'll ask the secretary to cast 1 ballot in favor of Eileen Francolino as the new chair of the Parks and Recreation Board. Congratulations, Eileen.
Thank you.
Do you want to run the rest of this as vice chair?
Oh, sure.
Yep.
Are there any nominations for vice chair?
Like to nominate Phil Nolan.
Nomination and second. Any other nomination? Any other nominations? Cast 1 ballot for vice chair. Yes, we're all good.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay, and are there, how do I do this? Are there any nominations for secretary? Somebody want to nominate?
Yeah, I nominate Trish Feeney for secretary.
I don't know.
I'll second
allowed
it.
to do that. So we'll cast 1 ballot for secretary for Tristina. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Nope. All right, there we go. We're done.
Being an accountant, I thought you'd be better at treasurer, but that's okay.
You give her a
Guard that money
double.
too closely, too.
It's too bad we don't have a treasurer position.
Hopefully people have had a chance to go over the minutes for the November meeting. We have a motion to accept the minutes as,
Make a motion to accept the minutes of the November 18th, 2025 meeting.
we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, looks like we have a lot of public participation tonight. This is exciting.
Start online or doesn't matter.
What, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. Is it easier for
He's-
you to do online first?
I mean, we can do
He's long distance.
Okay,
we have 1 hand raised,
okay, Don. You're up, Don.
and Don will just need your address as well, name and address.
He's
Don Woods. Can you hear me now? Hold on.
Yep.
Yes,
You're good.
okay. Don Woods, 82 Ivy Lane. All set?
Yep.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations, Eileen, Phil, and Trish. This was the first meeting in a long time. Well, actually, this is the first meeting I ever called in as a non-participant. I had to call Sam and find out what the heck to do. But I see some new faces. I'm sorry, I don't know your names, but congratulations. I hope you enjoy the board. Your participation is important, and if you have as good a time as I will, you'll stick around for a while. But tonight, I have a great privilege to talk about a dear friend, somebody that I really grown to admire, respect, and will miss greatly. I thought it was me, the one leaving, and Bill was going to be around for a while. But lo and behold, just got through telling my wife I don't have to attend any meetings this year. Here I am. But anyways, this one I'm proud to talk about. So I'm gonna read this. And do I have enough time? I don't want to rush through it, do I? I'm good to go?
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, obviously, Bill, congratulations on this well-earned upcoming retirement. I can't say enough about you, quite honestly. So over the past 10 years, your leadership and ability to build strong teams has enabled your board and dedicated staff to achieve so much together. One thing I want to go back a little bit in history, and some of you might know this, and probably most of you do not. But what many people don't know is that, Bill, this wasn't your first time serving our town. Back in 1981, as a young, I might say very young, rec supervisor, the town manager, Peter Curry, at the time, challenged you to raise $30,000 for the newly created enterprise fund, which would run the recreation department. That's when you came up with the Life Be Entered extravaganza, and it was born. Today, the extravaganza has grown into a week-long celebration featuring carnival rides, craft fair, bands, one of the area's best fireworks displays. It's now the department's biggest fundraiser and plays a role in raising $2 million to support the department's programs and staff salaries. Bill was never one to settle on any one particular success. He went on to create popular events like Newington Goes Country, Food Truck Friday, Newington Nights of Light, and expanding free concerts at Mill Pond Park and Constitution Square downtown. After years of public debate, a referendum was held to approve a new town hall and community center. Once it passed and construction began, thanks to Bill's persistence, expertise, and guidance to the building committee, we now have the community center our town truly needed and deserved. Another project Bill and our board took on was the renovation of 7 neighborhood parks. Over these years, the playgrounds have been overlooked and required some attention, to say the least. With Bill's leadership and board support, we set out to make major upgrades and improvements, turning each complicated playground into something the community could be proud of. This one I can't stress enough. I could go on forever talking about the countless ways Bill has contributed to our town. But for me, it was always about the man himself. The 10 years I worked with Bill were the most rewarding time I spent on the P&R board. For those of you fortunate enough to have worked or work with Bill, you know exactly what I mean. Bill, you may be stepping away from a public part of your life, but your contributions to the town will never be forgotten. Now it's time to enjoy spending time with your wife, Sue, your family, and of course, your beautiful granddaughter, Stella, who I know you are so proud of. Those are my written words, but like I said to all you guys, it's been a wonderful experience, not only working with Bill, but out of the 38 years, I have to honestly say 97 of them were ideal. We had such a great team. So many things were accomplished. No political fighting. The board was always unanimous. And I honestly hope that continues. It's going to be a difficult position to fill once Bill is gone. But, you know, life goes on. Things change. But progress always comes forward. So with that, I just want to say good night. Best of luck to the new board. Best of luck to Eileen, Phil, and Trish. And I'm not sure I'll be calling in to the next meeting, but I will be thinking about you guys.
Thanks, Don.
Take care. Okay.
Thank you.
He was the only one on, so.
That's a commission, Terry.
In person.
Okay, we have in-person public participation. Who would like to go first? Just state your name and address, please. Go ahead.
I'll go. Christopher Riley, 169 Forest Drive. I've known Bill for about 7 years now. I had to look it up. It was when his wife Sue had reached out to me, said, "Hey, Bill wants to talk to you about a program in the town. You know, wants you to kind of see if you'd be interested in helping out." It turned out that it was the Kindness Counts program.
That's right.
I guess Bill had been reading a lot of my posts online, a lot of my positive posts about the town of Newington, and felt that, you know, I'd be a good fit to kind of help out with that program. And I've enjoyed, you know, every year and everything like that, going out and delivering all the signs, you know, to all the neighborhoods and, you know, seeing the people that, you know, were all excited about that. I did miss out on being on the news because I was at work at the time when I got the call that said, "Hey, they could interview you." But that's all right. Bill deserves, you know, all the credit for that program. It was so much with that Kindness Counts program too that when I decided to start my page of Positively Newington, actually Bill was one of the first ones I reached out to because I wanted to call one of my rules Kindness Counts, but I wanted his permission and blessing to do so. And of course I got that. My kids have been attending a lot of the camps around town, extravaganza, all the events that have been around town. Every time that, you know, I'd stop in to see Bill in the office just to kind of say hi, see how things are doing. He'd always ask me how my kids were doing. We basically became real close friends because my wife also works at a cat rescue. And one of the times Sue had contacted us and said, "Hey, you know, we have some cats, you know, that are in our backyard that we can't seem to." So my wife, you know, worked with the rescue. We got traps and everything, and I'm happy to say that those cats have all been adopted out. So they're all now in their forever homes. But as I said, it was just, you know, our relationship over the years there. So I know, Bill, you'll enjoy your retirement with Sue and the rest of your family. But you'll be sorely missed here and everything. I hope you won't be a stranger.
Thank you.
Next.
I guess only if anybody from Newington wants to speak before me, because I am not. So, I'm just-
Some of you know me.
I do.
Pat Mahoney. I live at 119 Goodale Drive. Been a resident since 2013, when I moved from Oregon, where I lived for 40 years. So it was a big shift. And Phil and I kind of got acquainted kind of haphazardly. I belong to the General Federation of Women's Club, and we maintain a couple of gardens in Newington. And so that kind of was when we got started. And every time I needed flowers, I had to tell Bill. And so through the years, we've been friends, and I'm enjoying being part of Newington. It's always been a very positive thing for me. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Gill.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but, Bill, have you put in your resignation yet? The actual paper?
Not the actual paper, but it will come.
So maybe we could resend it? Bill, you've done a marvelous job in this town, and I've heard about you before you came to Newington, and you had good accolades there. And you know, you've done definitely a marvelous job here. And I'm sorry to see you leaving, but you've laid the groundwork for quite a establishment here. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Sharon Beretta. I'm from 15 Mill Street in New Britain, Connecticut. So thank you for letting me speak, because we usually have to ask permission where I'm from. Anyways, so I am here to also say something about Bill DeMeo. He was our park and rec director for I don't even know how many years. And I was just saying to the other day, He knows I do not like that jingle about building a stronger community. He knows I don't like that jingle. But I was thinking about that because I'm gonna tell you that, you know, some people are not replaceable. And I swear that every breathing second, Bill DeMayo's thinking about the new best thing he's going to do. And we've had 2 park and rec directors since Bill, and he, believe me, there's, everything is what Bill has done that we've continued to do. Our Rose Garden Festival, which he created, our parks, everyone says, are the jewel of our community. And it really is all due to Bill DeMayo. I mean, he was an assistant to the initial park and rec director, on top of him being a park and rec. But when you talk about building a stronger and better community, certainly you don't realize that all of these events that Bill does exactly that. I know it's not about the event. So it's not about the event at all. And he's like the one person that can pull that off and get all your departments in and really do it. So I'm just going to go to what I had put on Facebook and read it, because if my view was on your sites, what's really happening in Newington and what's happening in Newington. And, you know, I actually was on his commission a couple of times, and we were on, when I was on the cemetery commission, it was when Fast Track was going through. Then there was, when the Costco was going through, that became very interesting for Bill. Because I was like, no, we're not going under the road. And then that became this big production for Stanley Golf Course that, and I'll never forget, I walked into Parks and Rec and I saw what he had to do, and I ended up apologizing. I said, you told me it was only like one hole, or it was gonna be like so simple. And he had to do the whole thing, but it worked out. He also was a participant. He used to do Happy Hula Days every Christmas at our golf course. And I tease him all the time because I said, it's the first time I ever had a martini at 11:30 in the morning, and it was a peppermint martini. So, you know, so honest to God, but he's like the best to work for, and his staff in New Britain would tell you. I mean, you know, I always say Parks and Rec is the hardest working department, other than police, who are obviously, you know, 24/7 every day. But Parks and Rec is the hardest. The hours, they give up a lot with their families to do everything for the residents, no matter, you know, it touches every person in this community. So what I said about Bill on Facebook was, I worked for him in New Britain for years. There's no one like him. He was a great boss. Oh, this was what Rachel Corda said to you, for you. She goes, I moved from New Britain to Newington and eventually was able to reap the benefits as an adult with children. Sadly, where I live now doesn't have anything or those 2 rec departments. So I don't know if she worked for you somewhere else, but she goes, they need a bill. Ha. And it's true. So what I had said on Facebook was this: as a resident of New Britain, where we were extremely blessed to have him before you, there is no and will never be a replacement for the efforts and work ethic of this man and all he did in my city and your city to build a truly better, stronger, far more connected and fun community. A more than well-deserved retirement. So enjoy your retirement, Bill, because honestly, they're gonna miss you like we miss you, I'll tell you. So thank you all for letting me speak.
Thank you very much. Are you guys together or? Okay, all right. Do you have anybody else waiting?
See, come online, I don't see any hands raised. So anyone online who hasn't spoken yet wants to speak, raise your hand. If not, we're gonna continue with the board meeting.
Okay. I guess that's it. All right, correspondence, we have a letter from Maria Rizzo.
Yeah, just, Madam Chair, this is a family that participates in many of our special events, and they live in the neighborhood on Audubon, and they love what's going on. And she just stopped in when I was out of the office and just donated $250 just because they like what's going on. So we wanted to recognize that and thank them. we sent them a thank you note, but publicly thank them.
There's also a card here from, Jill Price that says, "Hi Bill, sending a donation for the summer camp program to allow youngsters to attend day camp. Happy New Year, Jill Price, and it's for $1,300."
Jill,
Very nice.
yeah, Jill lives off of on Maple Hill Avenue, and I walk at 5:30 in the morning with the dog every day, and we wave to each other at times, and she's been donating money for probably 8 of the 10 years I've been here, so very generous woman, and she's won, the board made her one of the Building Strong Community Award winners, rightfully deserving, but she just continues to be supportive, and for that, we're grateful for.
Awesome. Here's a monthly report for November and December. Any questions, anything you need to add, Bill?
Pretty self-explanatory for the board, for the new members, I'm gonna try to help the new members come along here. When I give you stuff in writing, it's usually pretty self-explanatory, but I would be happy to answer any questions as they come up throughout the meetings.
And then the tree warden's report, doesn't seem like there was much to add there for November and December. Just some work at Denny Farm.
Yeah, in the wintertime, the tree crew, we start moving into stumps, right? That's when that's the safest way to work and be most efficient when you have snow and ice all around the place.
There's nothing under old business, okay. So new business, Newington Ghost Country.
Okay, so what we're trying to plan is 6 months ahead. I told you all the time that we think in a 6 month to a year planning. And I'm looking for the board to, for the new members again, you guys are responsible for everything that takes place in the park system. So we bring to you the request to use the park for the special events. And we also ask for you to give us permission for our staff to go forward with the state liquor permits, the insurances, all the administrative things that we have to do. But it all begins with you guys giving us permission to use the park for these special events.
Can you want to read the motion, please?
Yep, I'd like to make a motion to approve the hosting of the following special events at Mill Pond Park. Sponsors of the forthcoming Newington Goes Country on June 11th, 2026, and Food Truck Friday on June 12th, 2026. Also to approve the staff to apply for a state liquor permit to sell refreshments at the events.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Next we have the Life Family Extravaganza liquor permit.
Same thing, you want to use the park for the event and provide the liquor, go through the process for the state.
Okay, somebody want to read the motion?
That's.
Thank
I move to approve Parks and Rec staff to apply for a state liquor permit for the Life Being Extravaganza from Wednesday, July 15th, 2026 through Saturday, July 18th, 2026 to sell refreshments at the event.
We have a motion and can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go. Any opposed? All right. Then we have. Where is that? Okay. The Water Lantern Festival.
For those of you who don't know, the Water Lantern Festival has been with us for a while now. It's our largest single fundraiser for fireworks. People say to me, why do you bring these lanterns? What they do is it's a company in Salt Lake City that I found. And they go all over the country, but we've convinced them to come here, and we've had up to, I think, 4,000 little lanterns. They're about this big. They're LEDs, and you honor somebody or someone that's passed away, or it could be a celebration of a wedding or an anniversary, and you do creative things with magic markers and stuff on it. And then when it gets dark, there's a beautiful, there's all kinds of entertainment going on in the park, and there's soft, mellow music. And then we put the little lanterns in the pond on the south side, and it floats down to the north side, and it's quite spectacular. People love to see it, and we have about 20,000 people, 15,000 people show up, and the largest amount of money we profited or net was 22,000 in 4 hours. So it's a pretty good fundraiser. And they want to come back again. So they're doing well too, apparently.
And they have a following. I
Yeah.
mean, I've been helping you out, Bill, with the Water Lantern Festival for quite a few years now, and they come from all over.
26 different states because we have Diana check their IDs for drinking beer. And I tell her on the side, write
We
down
write
what
down what
state.
different states
Yeah,
come
what
through,
state
and
are you
it's
from?
amazing
Yeah.
where they're following them from.
Very chill too, it's very.
Yes, it's very
And
relaxing.
knock on wood, yeah,
Very
not
family
not one bit of
oriented.
trouble. Yeah.
No, it's a wonderful night.
Okay, so, I need a motion.
Motion to approve the Water Lantern Festival letter of agreement for Saturday, September 12th, 2026 at Mill Pond Park as present.
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. Moving on, we're good. Okay, park sport, social sport.
As many of you know, help me with this name when I get.
Chad Martin.
Chad, I'm drawing a blank on him. Chad Martin. So, Chad, we've developed quite a relationship. He has a relationship with Nick Colicchio that owns the bar on Cedar Street, and we've been doing all kinds of adult sports. And I would say roughly like 21-year-olds to 40-year-old type things. And they do adult co-ed kickball, they do flag football, they do soccer, wiffle ball, all kinds of events. And outside, they rent our facilities out in the parks, both Churchill and Mill. And we have relationships with, he sponsors some of our events. They came to the Life Being Extravaganza, the beer garden after kickball over there that was held. And in the wintertime, they use our volleyball program, our gyms here, 2 or 3 nights a week. And I can tell you that he just was telling us how successful they have, like, I don't know, over 30 adult volleyball teams each night. And he opened it up just recently for registration, and 32 teams signed up in less than 5 minutes. And it booked solid.
Yes.
So now they're expanding from the bar for outdoor sand volleyball. They want to use Churchill. And so we brainstormed, Roderick and I and Sam, and we tried to brainstorm ideas. And I started to do the numbers in my head, and because I have this, I think, a little different than most. And so I'm sitting there going, he wants to bring in lights. He goes, I can use it from 6 to 8, but if I could get to 10 o'clock, I could have 4 more teams come in, and we're doing the numbers and we're going out after it. Lo and behold, it was a win-win situation where we might be able to bring in temporary lighting. He's looking into getting temporary lights and putting them on 4 corners, get Home Depot lights. Then we talked about, we have those big generator lights we bought for special events and emergency systems. But then I went a little step further, and I said, I brought Preferred Electric in, and our guys, we met, and our guys can dig the trench. We can go 30 feet down. We can put in conduit. He can put in the wiring. We can put those LED lights that we used at the tennis courts across the street here, tennis, basketball, and parking. And they're cheap to run, like almost free for crying out loud, because they're LEDs, but they're bright. And I got Rocky Mountain Wire Company to either commit to a donation of 3 telephone poles, or we might have to buy them depending on the timing of him taking other people's poles down. So what I'm trying to tell you is we've got three ideas. I think we're going to have a plan, but we need your permission to approve this agreement, this public-private partnership with Chad, and put up lights of some kind, temporary or permanent. And if it's the case, I think we could make money, a profit the first year, but because they'll play from April all the way to October. But after that, Newington Parks and Rec will make probably $24,000 in profit every year from as long as they use it. So it's a big win for us and a big win for him. And it's a good win for a bar in Newington too, that's, going to have people come after the games. So that's my pitch. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
We have enough parking at Churchill, if there's all this in like,
Yeah, we talked about it.
Walker or
Yep.
somebody going on.
Yep, we talked about the kickball going on and the men's softball, and they're only going to have 2 teams playing every hour. So the cars will turn over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
it should be okay.
all right, Diana, you up?
Yep. to approve Spark Social Sports to use the sand volleyball court at Churchill Park as described, and to approve the installation of lights at the sports court at Churchill Park.
You have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Anybody opposed? We go. Right. Okay. So moving on to reports. It's been a terrible report of Bill DeMayo's retirement.
Yeah. It's a weird part of my life. I can tell you that. I've been here 67 years in Newington roughly. And love it, love the town, love the department. I volunteered, started at 9 and then started doing Indian Hill sledding and skiing supervisor, ice skating supervisor, alumni baseball umpiring. I just talked to Bob Stanley, who many of you know was who I worked for back in 81. He stole me from Rocky Hill Parks and Recreation. And so we've had a ton of fun here. But my life is changing in a really positive way. My daughter Danielle and Chris, her husband, had a granddaughter. We have a granddaughter for the first time, Sue and I, and they live out in California. So it's very hard for me to be an Italian grandfather and kind of be far away. And so it's one of those things that it's important, very important to me. Family it's been good to me when I was a kid, and I want to continue that kind of relationship. So I don't want to count my vacation days and count how many personal days I have to get a plane to go out and visit and blah, blah, blah. So that's the short end. I can tell you that I couldn't thank this board enough. You guys have been wonderful to me. For the new people, we had coffee together. But for those of you who've been on, I'm so appreciative. I'm deeply the gratification I have for all your support. I want to mention Jay Batalico was a chair. He was my football coach. He was a wonderful support. He said, he used to call me kid. He said, kid, just get me lights at a baseball field, would you please? And I went 26 years. I couldn't get lights at Clem Lemire, and we got those. And for $360,000 later, we were very happy and proud that we got that for Jay. Don Woods, of course, been on for 38 years. We honored him at the Night of Lights. Billy de Blasio retired. Ed Marchand, those guys hung for me. They stuck around to be my support, and for that, I'm deeply appreciative. It's been a fun ride. I know I spin heads. I know I drive people crazy, but it is what it is. If you don't, I tell Roderick and Sam, you go big or go home. It's just not worth being a mediocre kind of person. So with all of your help and your support, the town council, the mayors, the town managers, we put our fingerprints on every single park. I mean, we put 11 handicap accessible parks, playgrounds together. We've put lights up all over the place. We put up 6 or 8 new basketball courts. We've done 3 pickleball courts. We've done every tennis court over. I helped build Rocket Stadium, bought all the technology of the professional Major League Baseball clay here called Dura Edge. And we redid every single Little League and softball field in Newington with this material. We bought state-of-the-art equipment. We have a laser grader, which not many parks and recreation departments have. And we're doing our own laser grading on ball fields now. There's no surprise why our fields look good, right? We have irrigation everywhere. For soccer, we put in irrigation to the tune of $60,000 at Emmanuel Christian for 8 soccer fields. And we put that punched holes in it with aeration and fertilization and brought that to another level. High school softball, we put 2 brand new high school softball fields in, renovated completely. Soccer fields have never looked better at the high school. Football fields, we did the new plastic grass at Clem Lemire. That was, I don't know, $750,000, $800,000. So what I'm trying to tell you is, with your help, we did a lot. We got these guys, I pushed people's buttons and I pushed the staff pretty hard, but they responded, and I'm grateful. I tell everybody that I feel like a coach, and I surrounded myself with great people, and these players, they really performed. So I'm just so thankful and grateful to them. of what happened and why we made Newington a better place to live, work, and play. That was the goal when I came here. And we didn't just do one, we were working on 3 projects at one time all the time. It was always that kind of thing. We have an automatic mower at Anna Reynolds School in the courtyard that mows at night, 12 midnight to 8 in the morning. We have a painting machine now, a line painting machine that does all sports fields. The guy we used to use 4 guys to find the corners of soccer fields. He has a clicker now and it comes off the truck automatically and paints the field. I mean, we're doing things that almost are unheard of in our business. And for that, I say that I said to these guys, they're, if I match this Parks and Rec department up with anyone that has a population of about 30,000 anywhere in this country, because we compete and we compete hard. It's been a joy to be here, an honor to serve Newington. Just a pleasure. And I've always tried to make things a bigger and better place. I never thought, people that said to me, oh, he always wants it bigger and better. Well, what do they want me to say? Do they want me to say I want to make it smaller and lousier?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. So that's not me, and it will never be me. I'm going to go into my next phase in life with passion and vigor like I do and accept every challenge that comes before me. And I plan on that. To let all of you know, all the new people and the returning board members, everything is, I plan my days to leave on April 3rd so that I could help get new, everyone was in mass exodus leaving. So we interviewed 2 new candidates for rec supervisors. We have our Melissa Miller back. She's our Christmas miracle. So we're pleased. Everything is lined up. Our foreman is leaving, but we have a plan to upgrade our union people, our union park guys and our cemetery guys. God bless you. Just when I got here 10 years ago, management and unions just didn't get along. We're practically, all I could say is I couldn't say enough good about them right now. We are in we have great relationships. We talk, we chat, we knock things around, and then we go together and attack something, in the field. So everything, in my opinion, is left for the next person to come in and take over. As you can see, we're already planned everything through September. We have all the bands picked. We have the stage from New Britain rented. We have CMI sound all set. Everything is done ahead of time so that everything is left in really, really fine fashion. So this new person can take their time and get to, understand what's going on. So that I can tell you is you should feel comfortable about that. I'm always open to answering. I will never bother anybody here, but if you have questions and you want to ask me anything, I'm perfectly fine with calling me. No problem at all. I'm not going anywhere. I love Newington. We're not moving from our house or anything. So that's that. We do have a few trips planned, though, that family trips, and we're excited about that. So with that, I tell you, I can't thank you enough for the opportunity. I've had 10 great years. I did 3.5 in 81 to 86 or 84. Then I went to New Britain for 31 years. Just got the hang of the job, and then I came back here. But I have had fun. And for those of you who don't believe, I have complete passion of the Life Being It slogan, which states, put more into life, in return, get more out of it, enjoy life more. My wife and I, on our tombstones at West Meadow, had the artist chisel in the Life Being It cartoon family on our monument. And if you go in section B of West Meadow, it's the black, big 3-foot granite stone. So it has the Life Being It. So I wanted people to laugh even in perpetuity down the road. So it should be a fun thing if people go by and see the Life Being It thing with the 2 dead people underneath it. So nonetheless, that's all I'm going to say. But again, thank you, guys. You were really good to me, and I hope that I served you well.
Sure did.
Thank you.
Sure, thanks very much.
Thank you, Mel.
Goodness. You're 1 in a million.
And somebody's got large shoes to fill.
How's that process gonna work?
I think Jonathan's gonna advertise tomorrow, I believe. They'll probably have a professional panel, you have 3 or 4 Parks and Rec directors. They interview, 14 people, cut it down to the top 3-ish. And then the town manager would probably get involved and pick someone. I think, I'm only guessing, but that's what normally happens.
Okay. Well, big shoes to fill, that's for sure. And, what about the status of the rec supervisor position?
Yeah, we offered two people, two young ladies, conditional offers. I can't say their names until they sign and they get their medical passed and all that kind of stuff, but they're very, very nice, very energetic. I think it's gonna be a nice fit. We have someone that's picked out to take a deal spot that should start on March 2nd in shadow Hadil until March 20th when she leaves. So they'll get a good start, and I'm gonna coach them too. And then the first one's coming in on Monday, February 17th, if everything goes right. And that person will be the aquatics, preschool, and specialty programs. So I'm confident that both of them they have good resumes, good experiences. I think we'll be in great shape.
Good. Okay, Night of Lights,
Yeah, Night of Lights was a fun time for those of you who came. Your singing was terrible. No. It's so funny that whole 12 days of Christmas is just funny as heck. But we had a great time. We had over 15,000 people were there.
And it was cold.
And it was cold, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah. But it was, an entertaining, I guess, having the fire juggler, the guy that was on a 10-foot unicycle and lit his unicycle on fire, and then the jump rope on fire, and then started bouncing on one wheel was pretty impressive. So people were clapping and hooting and hollering. So that was quite nice. The laser light show was great. Thanks to our big sponsors, the Bolorama and Ruth Chris. That was great. And then the Don Wood specialty with the bells and all that. That was fun. The church was great. All the sponsors was great. So it takes a village to put that one on also. And it was a fun time. Very honestly, I don't think we got one complaint really. Everybody seemed to be very happy and joyful. So really nice. That's come a long way. For those of you who've been Newingtonites forever, if you can remember the 25 people that used to go to the waterfalls and have Mr. Mills on his electric organ.
we were going to the green in the center where the huge Christmas tree is now. It wasn't quite
Oh, yeah.
huge then.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
would trudge, walk in the snow and we would sing and
yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This was great.
So again, thank you for everybody that volunteers and helps out with the s'mores. We did over 1,000 s'mores. I think they did close to 1,000 free hot chocolates out of the church. I mean, it was incredible.
I think it was a little cold though, handing out the drinks.
Yeah, yep.
Really liked the gingerbread houses. They were full.
That was fun. That was something
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
that the
that
church.
was a new thing. It was
Melanie
very
came
new.
up with that. Yeah, and our after school program on Tuesdays, those kids made like 20 of them, and
Yeah.
Roderick and Joey and those guys delivered them over there. So
Those were great.
yeah, it was a nice touch there. We did something like 400 train rides and 600 hay rides. So it's just fun. And
Two Ladies Cocktails was great.
yeah,
Yes.
The fact that there was no wind really helped.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
As long, if you were bundled up,
Yeah.
the wind wasn't there. So that was a help.
And had hand warmers and foot warmers.
yeah.
Those helped.
And the sound, I think CMI Sound does a great job. It's clear, crystal clear, and it's loud everywhere. It's nice.
And the new star is beautiful.
Yeah, that was a new addition. It's pretty cool. Not everyone, but we got quite a few compliments about the star.
Yeah.
And I never realized that was so important, but now I do. All good.
All right, Building a Strong Community Awards.
Let's see. What was that point? Was I supposed to talk about there? It says building a strong community awards.
Yeah, they were presented. We went to the meeting, met here, and then we went over to.
Oh, okay,
the
that was,
council meeting.
everything's blended.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a year ago.
Oh, that was last year.
Oh, okay, that's your good point. It was last
Technically,
year.
it was last year.
Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, so we gave out the awards and Eileen, I think, and Don Woods were there and the council recognized the people and it was quite nice and their pictures will go on the wall over there. So it's all, that was pretty nice and people seemed to be very positive and received it nicely. And we give them a basket of goodies. Well,
That's very good. Seymour Park basketball court.
yeah, just so everyone knows, we could get Seymour Park basketball and Star Park basketball done. The winter came quick upon us and the paving, Tomaso closes on, I think it was the 12th of December. So we missed that window based on weather, but the money is set aside and it's in a PO and it'll be ready to go in the spring. We'll just have to line up, Cedar Ridge Construction to get us on his schedule and provide that. We also have Stitch Tennis, money set aside and POs already cut for him to do the painting, the color coding of the new asphalt once the oil bubbles up after 30 days and they will come in and paint it for that, the people.
And Candlewood.
Kendwick is, that was,
You skipped Star.
well, I kind of, Star was
Okay,
basketball,
yeah.
Candlewick is, for those, anybody drive by, it came out beautiful. That was a minor miracle to get it done by December 30th. That's what I told the state, that we would get the 604,000. That was one of those steep grants. And the two contractors, I couldn't say enough good about them. Emmy O'Brien out of Boston and Ryan Cook from Family Design, unbelievable. But all we need now is the grass. Once the spring comes, the grass seed is down, it'll just, it'll grow and we'll supplement it with fertilizer and more seed in the spring. But it's quite a nice playground. It has a lot for kids like with autism, with hearing, with blindness, with musical. It's got little play panels all over the place, which is quite nice. And it has a zip thing that's a handicap accessible zip line where it has a like a leatherish kind of container and you get strapped into it and then you push the child. So if you're in a wheelchair and can't use your legs or anything, you can still be in this zip line. So pretty nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's next? Graded playtime preschool playground installation of road crossing beacon lights.
So across the street is a new playground, kind of, they tell me it looks like a Dr. Seuss type of house. The preschool kids absolutely love it. Again, Ryan Cook got it done before the snow fell, kind of, thanking him and Emmy O'Brien. 10 years ago, I helped write a grant for 75,000, a steep grant for these 3 sets of lights that, if those of you recall, people said that it would be unsafe to cross the street at Garfield, but I knew in my mind, eventually government would come around and put those up. But we got it through the engineering department and the planning. They put up those lights and now the kids go over. There's a pole there at the sidewalk. It beeps. So a blind person knows where the pole is, pushes the light, it flashes, and then it says verbally, the lights are now flashing. You can cross with caution. And it's they're quite sophisticated and high tech. And I'm very proud of them. I think it's going to make it's so safe for the little kids every day or twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day they go over there. And anybody using these 6 handicap spots can get over to the park too for concerts and things like that. So fireworks, all the crossing of Garfield Street that was, was a worry for people. I think we kind of pretty good with the solution there.
Stairs at Mill Pond Falls.
For those of you who drove by when it was light out, you could see the stairs, Shepherd Steel in Newington. We made a deal with them and
Stairs and Steel.
what's it?
The other one?
Stairs and Steel is the other company that installs Shepherd Steel's production. But anyway, so what we did was they were changing those stairs every 10 to 15 years and they get mushy because the trees, it's dark over there. And it doesn't dry out with this, doesn't get sun, it doesn't dry out and they become mushy. And we were replacing them 2-3 stairs every year kind of. So we kind of knocked it around a little bit and came up with the idea of let's try aluminum and steel instead of wood or plastic wood. And that's what I think they're gonna be up for everybody's life that sits around this table. So they should be there for 100 years, and that'll be nice. They are ADA accessible and they are high heel certified. So those of you who don't think high heels are a big deal, we do about 48 weddings there every year. And of course, the brides have heels on. So we had to be very cautious of what kind of stairs to replace them with. So we're,
Prom pictures too.
yeah, oh, yeah, that's true. Prom pictures. Yeah.
Youth basketball.
Roderick runs the youth basketball, but we're about a little shy of 400 kids. And the first Saturday, Jersey Mike's was our sponsor, gave us 500 free grinders for the coaches and the kids. They got their uniforms, they played a game, and they came in the multipurpose room and had a grinder. So can't beat that. Jersey Mike's has got their name on the uniforms, and Ruth Chris Steakhouse. His name is Julian Alcaron. Julian Alcaron has sponsored the sleeves of the uniform. I don't know. I couldn't tell you enough good about Ruth Chris. If you could ever patronize them, it would be great. I think he's up over $9,000 in cash, giving us stuff for both the uniforms and for the Night of Lights stuff. So, and he's very happy with us. He goes, I used to spend $40,000 on TikTok and all this other stuff. He goes, your Facebook page I'm getting more business than ever. So he's happy. And that's the best way to make a deal, right? The public-private partnerships, it has to be a win-win deal. They have to get something out of it. And apparently it's working. Robus Physical Therapy wants us to go up Friday and do a Facebook Live. He said, whatever it is, we just need you to promote us. I was like, okay, so
Okay.
that's good. We'll do it. So we'll see if he wants to make a donation to fireworks. We'll make some kind of deal with that.
Camp is next.
Summer camp, I think Melissa, I'm not positive if she gave you a little email that said we took in 49,000 in one day. It was ridiculous. And we don't have to do it at our window, so it's all online with RecTrack.
You have to report to determine the validity of the communications.
Yeah.
I think they've wanted to do this. I think they are surprised, frankly, that the opportunity.
Okay.
Didn't mute him.
Wow, you have a lot of power, Sam.
Don has more clearly.
What was I talking? Oh, the summer camp. Yeah, so summer camp, we are, let's put it this way, to take, roughly $50,000 in one day online is a good indication we're gonna have another big time full summer camp program. That line item is $750,000. It was practically nothing when we got here. We're up to 550 kids. Incredible. So at Churchill and Mill, half and half, about 250 and 250 each day. So it's all good. We're moving in the right direction. We just have to get Badil and everybody and the new person trained to keep the program going and keep it lively.
Awesome. Budget update?
Thursday at 3:30, I go in front of the finance director and the assistant director and the town manager, and we knock around our budget. It was one of those don't increase anything, so we're pretty much zero level based. There's a couple things that I increased. I at least brought it to his attention, the town manager, that like porta potties for all the parks and stuff. Those seem to, one, they go up in price every year, and two, they are so needed and so requested all the time in complaints if you don't have them. So we're gonna bring that to the attention, but there's not much change in our programs. The only thing that I hope gets passed that I'm a little leery of is we designed the Littlebrook Park, Littlebrook handicap accessible playground with an accessible switchback path that goes down to the new pickleball court and new basketball court. I put in the budget 450,000. I just got a price a couple of days ago, 452,000. So almost a perfect guess. I could beat them down 2,000, I'm sure. So if we get the money, but that's in the CIP program and hopefully, that would be almost the last one. And then Star Park would be the next one. And then they would all be completed in every single neighborhood park. For those of you who don't know, the new people, neighborhood parks are unique to Newington, I think. They're really nice and really cool. All the neighbors seem to love them, and it's a nice selling point for your house too, if you live near those.
There's a lot of people live near Littlebrook Park too, because I remember in the summertime I was getting some requests to get that updated.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure if there's condos over there or what, but there's a ton of people that live over there.
yeah, Apple Hill's there, there's single family houses and all kind, and you know what, everyone at Candlewick, every time I'd stop by with Clay, people would come, when are you gonna do Littlebrook? Geez, give me a break, I'm just gonna do this one. So, in my opinion, it would be a good idea to finish off that thing, but I get it, it's tough budget years.
Okay, CRPA Entertainment Showcase at the Martinson Community Center.
So if anybody's around February 13th, it's a Friday, that's when there's no school, no preschool, no transition academy. So we try to limit the any inconveniences for anybody. But we bring in, we co-sponsor with the Connecticut Recreation and Parks Association, which is the association we belong to. We bring in 74 different bands and entertainers. So if you can imagine the first Gym B, which is the one towards the library, in there are round tables and a buffet table and 2 stages. We set up 2 stages with a black curtain. One band sets up on the left and on the other, while the other one on the right is playing. Then we swing the curtain the other way. That band knocks down and the new one sets up and this one plays. So the people never get a break of music. And we invite every Parks and Rec department in the state, every library and every senior citizen group to come in for 10 minutes in one whole day from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, every 10 minutes see a new band that they could possibly hire for their towns. So it's a big win for them because they can, feel the company, feel how good they are, what they are. And then on the Gym A, we have 74 6-foot tables set up in each band, or they stand there and they sell their wares. They try to hawk people to hire them. And then in the multi-purpose room, we have another maybe 20 to 30 entertainers, but they're 1 or 2 people. So it might be a storyteller, it might be a clown, it might be a magician, might be 1 or 2 guitar players, but not a big band, just small entertainers that you might bring to your summer camp or use at your library or use at your senior center. So it's quite a nice thing. And I can tell you this, 2 of the 14 that we interviewed for rec supervisors both told the town manager that, the board, the 3 people at the board, that they were here. And one of the reasons they applied was that they were so impressed with the Mortensen Community Center and how nice it was when they came to the entertainment showcase. So that's kind of neat. You never know what is going to attract people to Newington. And that's kind of a neat thing, a nice testimony to it.
I came to it last year. It was amazing how smooth it was. Just very smooth. Everybody played, everybody took their turn, and it was really interesting to watch.
And we have Italian Gourmet does the lunch for everybody. We probably get 350 professionals here and then another 300 entertainers. It's quite a day. It's a big undertaking. We have a school bus going back and forth from the municipal parking lot to the OFI building to here and keeps doing circles so that the parking's not a problem for the employees here. And we also, the Dean Barnes couldn't say enough good about the Board of Ed. They cooperate so nicely. They move the buses. We have our park staff is over there helping this thing. So we have entertainment over there. We have single entertainers at the tennis courts and we bring them through. And the public or the professionals park at the municipal parking lot and get a ride in. So it's quite a nice day.
It's pretty cool. All righty, Outback Steakhouse fundraiser. I'll
Yep.
pass these around.
Yep, if you could, we'd appreciate you guys.
They are? Oh, okay, beautiful.
I hope you guys could come. It's a fundraiser, first one of the year for the fireworks. You pay $20, you get chicken and steak and a baked potato and a salad. The drinks are, instead of, he's only gonna charge $6 instead of like 12. And we get 3 of the 6, and of the 20, we pay him 9, we get 11. So it's a pretty good fundraiser for us. Yeah, it's a winner. If we can get 100 people to go, if you can tell your friends, family, make it kind of a fun night, that would be cool. We'd appreciate it. So hopefully we can make this successful with them. They came in, and Roderick and I and Sam talked to them. They seem very nice and want to try to make it work.
Alrighty, it's video time.
Yeah, Night of Lights first, Bill.
Okay. This was what happened at Night of Lights.
There's a special magic at Christmas time this year. Hearts are gay and merry and full of Yuletide cheer. The spirit of the season will make our dreams come true. Memories of Christmas are here and new. And carry on, sing us the hell is right. On this special holiday, old Saint Nick will load his sleigh. Santa always finds his way in a Christmas fantasy. Children sing a bright uproar, counting presents and keeping score. No one sleeps the night before a Christmas fantasy.
Basketball video. Make a deal or Nancy?
Good job.
Looks like a deal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bill DeMayo, and I'm the superintendent of the Newington Parks and Recreation Department. And it's Saturday, our first day of youth basketball, K through 8th grade, boys and girls. Unbelievable. We're in the multipurpose room of the Mortensen Community Center, right across the hall from the double gymnasiums. And we got basketball going on from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5:30 tonight with these kids, and we're having a ball. But we're giving away, it's Jersey Mike's and Ruth Chris Steakhouse Day here. So the kids get their uniforms, they get to play a game, and then they get a free grinder from Jersey Mike's, and they also get some exposure on from Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Hopefully all of you that are listening will go to Ruth Chris Steakhouse at night for a nice happy hour, a great steakhouse for all through Connecticut, the only one in Connecticut. Or go to Jersey Mike's at lunchtime or on the weekends or whatever and support them, because they've been supporting our youth program for a long time. So thank you, Julian from Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and thanks, Tom and Devin from Jersey Mike's. Unbelievable. I just came back from Oakland, California, and I ate at Jersey Mike's over there, a sub above. So it's kind of fun. But anyways, I wanted to show you what the uniforms look like. And then on both sleeves, we also have Ruth Chris on these guys. And remember, Ruth Chris donated the laser light show, half of that with Bolarama at the Night of Lights. So that was kind of fun. So these kids are going to be wearing these uniforms all over the place. And hopefully no fouls, but just get put in the scorebook for a lot of scores, a lot of baskets, a lot of three-pointers. But anyways, I want to thank Ruth Chris Steakhouse, greatest steakhouse around, and Jersey Mike's for being supportive of our youth basketball program here in Newington. They really help us out, and they keep prices down low for the kids. Thanks for listening. I'm Bill DeMayo. We'll see you at the gym very soon.
I think those sponsorship logo.
Hey, we're now in the gym here at the Mortensen Community Center. Holy cow, we got all kinds of basketball going on of all ages. You got 4 courts going on, 3 games going on right now, but 4 courts. We rotate in and out every hour. It's just great. We wanted you to get a piece of the action. Again, it's Ruth Chris Steakhouse, and it's Jersey Mike's on Fenn Road. Ruth Chris Steakhouse, of course, on the Berlin Turnpike. We're just so thankful for them on the first day, opening day. Everyone gets their uniforms. They get to play basketball. They get free grinders. You can't beat this day. It's so much fun to listen to all the goodness coming out. Grandparents are here, parents are here, and the kids are playing. So thanks for listening. We'll see you at the Mortensen Community Center real soon.
So Jersey Mike's is sending that little clip to all the Jersey Mike's in the country. So they're very happy and pleased with what's going on. For the new members, we're getting like between, we first get like 1,000 people watching it, then 2,000. And as the algorithms just keep multiplying, and Roderick was telling me that the extravaganza now is up to 22,000 views. So a lot of people are watching these crazy, videos. So it helps out for the more sponsors to come forward, which is nice. I can tell you another funny one. One of our food truck people called and said, what does it take to be like the fried dough guy? And I go, well, he gave us $3,000 for the circus. He goes, well, I'll give you something if you if you go on the microphone and call out my name and have him come to my booth during the extravaganza. I said, okay, we'll talk to you. So he's coming in. So it does get a little bit of competition with the vendors. So it's nice.
Okay, my fault. We should have added something on the agenda. We need to just have a little check-in about the pool committee, before we have comments by the board. I need to be reappointed to the pool committee because my term expired on the Parks and Rec board, and I'm there as a representative of the Parks board. So if somebody could do me a favor and nominate me so we could get through that, that would be good. And then, we need also, I think we need Carol. Did Carol resign yet? Did Carol resign yet?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't.
Okay, I don't know. We're probably gonna need a Republican, member of the board, so if you could pass that around on to whoever and figure out who might wanna do that. You have to be on the Parks board there, buddy. And then we're gonna need, Tim, if you should decide to take that, then we would need a Republican member of the community as well, okay? So, did somebody nominate me for the committee?
I will nominate Eileen Francolino for the pool committee.
Okay, and second? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we can move forward with that. Okay, comments by the board. Anybody got anything to say?
I just wanted to say, we still have a little bit more time to do, Bill, but you touched on it a little bit. You changed the culture of the Parks and Rec department, just a complete 180. When I was running the soccer club, people kind of were fearful to go into the Parks and Rec office to ask for anything. If you tried to get a gymnasium, they would just laugh you right out of it. You brought a sense of equity to all the youth sports organizations, at least the ones that I know of, and my kids participate in a lot of them. And once again, that level of professionalism with the staff that you've hired, it's just incredible. You come into the place now and you feel welcome. So I just wanted to thank you so much for that.
Thank you. It's nice.
So doing these events is not gonna be the same without you there. It just won't. It's been a pleasure working with you, and serving beer over many years with you and your crew, but your staff here is top notch, and I have 100% faith in all of them that they will carry on your legacy.
Tell Bobby, thank you for bringing Motorcycle Madness to.
I will. You'll be stopping in to see you
Yeah.
before you leave.
Well, I think I've known Bill since I was maybe 15 or 16 when I started working for Parks and Recreation. That was a long time ago. And I met my to-be husband when I worked there. And I think the only battle I ever think Bill lost was when I wanted to get married and they wouldn't let us stay on. They wouldn't give us the vacation time to get married, so I had to leave Parks and Rec. So that was that.
I told you yes, though. It was a 2-1.
But anyway,
Let the record be.
still lost, and I did too, but whatever. So I think that was probably the only extravaganza I ever missed. I did come back after that. We used to work when the extravaganza was, you worked in the little concession stand over there, and we cooked hot dogs and hamburgers and wrapped them up, and they were awful, and the people bought them. We didn't care. They were steamed, and we worked our butts off for a long, long time. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and we kept saying people kept coming back. And John Patz, who isn't here tonight because he's on someplace warm. He used to do it with us. So, you know, it's people are coming back full circle. It's kind of an interesting thing. But, it's been a long road, so we've come a long way, you know, it's kind of interesting. And I had to laugh when you're talking about the jingle. Somebody I know's family hated that jingle. Okay. Their first child, I got them a bear. We had a little shower, we had a bear, and you squeeze the bear, and it plays the jingle. Just because I knew it was an earworm for his wife, and I said, oh, she's gonna never forget us.
So how did that thing?
Yep. But we've had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys who are new will have the same amount of fun. It's gonna be hard. We're gonna have to hire 2 people to figure out what we're gonna do without him, but I know where his phone is. I know where he lives, so.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Escape the magazine, that's all. I
Get
can
too
say.
far. I just,
Yes.
Bill, I congratulate you on all your success in Newington here. Being a park superintendent is an important job, but being a grandfather is a much more important job.
Yes.
And if you think it's really hard being a park and rec superintendent, being a grandfather is much more. Yeah. And much more rewarding. So congratulations on all you've accomplished here, but also your future endeavors and being a grandfather, because that's where the real joy comes from. Yeah. Trust it. Thank you.
Anybody else? We have any public participation out there?
Anyone online want to talk, will let you raise your hand again, or if not, we'll be
Muting you. Sam can do it.
Clearly not.
Well, God can easily unmute himself, but.
Have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
I come home and it's a